Hello, I haven't made a video for a very, very long time. And the reason being is because I've been really ill with all the stress, suicidal and a terrible mess, not wanting to live because my situation is unbearable with zero help. Anyway, the only reason I'm coming on today is because I've had trouble from that sexual predator below. If you go down, he goes by the name of Paul Grace. Whether that's his real name or not, I don't know, because the police won't divulge personal information to me, because I'm a member of the public too. So that's all I know is he goes by the name of Paul Grace, and he resides in Upton in the Chester area, near Chester Zoo, Upton. Because a man told me a while ago, oh yes, he owns a mansion in Upton, he's got a very posh house. Because he blatantly lied to me, and it's just been constant lies, you know what I mean? The only reason I've come on is because about a fortnight ago approximately, I was in the Chester area, in Chester, because I'd had to go in because the wheel on my scooter here had come loose. I had no money to pay, but the men there kindly fixed it for me. And then I was going about my business. I had no money. I hadn't eaten for days because that's my situation. Because all my stuff's in storage, so I've got to pay them, and the back pay, the pay's gone up. So I have hardly any benefit money to live off, you know. So it's gone right down now to about 70 a week, if that. So, and it comes in one lump sum on a Friday. So I get the money and approximately, I think it's 300 quid, I don't know. And it's gone within a week because I will feed myself. I'll go to Pizza Hut, I'll get a meal. I'll go and I'll get some hot food for night and stuff. I'm now had to move. I'm now at the moment I'm in Bromborough, staying with a friend who's away all week, who has no money either. And they're vegan, so I don't get any food. So he doesn't know where I'm living now because I'm in Bromborough. It's a big area, so I won't locate where I am. Okay. Anyway, besides the point, that's the thing. I won't even give him any airspace. The only reason I've come on here was I bumped into her in Chester City Centre. Now, she used to work at the NatWest Bank, and she used to be a lovely lady, very polite, very friendly, and her name was Patricia. He's renamed her Frances. She goes by the name of Frances now. She won't use her old name. In the bank, at the time I was concerned about, I can remember going in and sitting with him, and they said, well, she had a lovely husband before. She's got a few grown-up sons, a lovely husband. She just walked out on them and went off with him. And they didn't know anything about it, but they told her, ignore, because we don't know anything. She doesn't contact us anymore. She's no friend with ours. So they told me to look after myself because I was in a bad state myself. But being the person I am, I was concerned about her and her well-being because she used to tell me that he was violent with her. She used to say, I'm scared of Paul. Oh, you must do what Paul says. Oh, Paul knows we must do what Paul says. She said he likes long hair, he likes blonde hair and all this. And what the fuck's it going to do with him what my hair is? And things like that at the time. And he wanted me to take me in a toilet with him. And this was when I was in that place, in that hotel, that awful place. You've got all the information down here. I can't even remember it now. In Chester on the motorway station, you know, days in. And I was there and it was awful. And I had no support because I was dealing with Chester West Council. You know the people, you've seen those two below, were the type of people I was having to deal with at the time. They were dreadful. So I had no support, nothing. So when you're vulnerable, you've got no family or your family's dead, you've got no money, you're in the world on your own in a suicidal state, unable to cope like me, vulnerable, right, really in a mess, you know what I mean? And then people like that prey on people like us. So very charming, very nice he was. And her, she would come over, we love you, Lisa, we care about you, Lisa, and all this. And I believed them because I'm so fucking stupid, you know what I mean? Anyway, he tried to get me in the toilet. Goodness knows what he wanted to do with me then. I refused to go in. He got very violent, and I saw the side of his nature. So I was concerned about her being the person I am. But I won't, not anymore, because when I met her in Chester, she could see I hadn't eaten for days, and I feel rotten. And she's got tons of money. They've both minted. He's minted. And he's living off inheritance, and he's got this big house, and he doesn't work, and he never has. They're in the 60s now, so they'll be retired anyway. So he's well into his 60s, but the thing is, she didn't help me at all. I couldn't ask for any money or anything, but she could see I was hungry. She could have said, look, I'll get you a sandwich, or here's a tenner, or something meant to be a friend. That's what a friend would do. I mean, Donna, who's got no money at all, give you her last penny because she's genuine. There's no nastiness or bitchiness about her. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was a homeless man on the street the other day and she only had a quid left and she told him, look, she explained to him, that's all I've got to eat today. And he was trying to get that off her, but she said, look, I can't. But she said when the benefit money comes in on the Monday, she gives him a quid. She give him a quid or two. And that's how genuine a person Donna is, because she's my real friend. I've met decent people now who are real friends. They have no money like me. They're in the same mess as me, but they're genuine people. Because I'm awake now, as they say on TikTok. I'm awake. Anyway, I'll put that other video. It's on TikTok. You haven't got it on here about that weird pervert in the hotel. So he came over to the hotel when I was there, and he came out. He told me he's got presents for me. And I thought, oh, that's nice, expecting chocolates, a bunch of flowers, something. You know what I mean? That's what a present would be. They were newspaper cuttings that he'd stuck, blue tacked all over the walls of the hotel room. And he said that would bring me happiness. And he gave me his old manky radio to play in there. And he said it would bring me happiness looking at random newspaper cuttings. Well, the staff there will know about that. But that's the only people who saw that. But I mean, it's on here. I did a video because I was just amazed by him. Because I could see, I mean, I had these disgusting conversations. And another thing was, so the vicar, he's obsessed with a man called Daniel. Now, he's in the Welsh church in Chester, it is, Chester City Centre. And he's got a very young wife who's very pretty. And she's in her early 30s, and a little girl, toddler. And they're vulnerable people in a way. They're very nice people. And he's become fixated with him. He slags him off behind his back. He hates him, absolutely hates him. But in front of him, I bet he's all over him. But he fancies his wife something rotten. The sexual comments he was making about her made me feel sick. And I said, I don't want to talk about it, please, I don't. Because being a clean living person myself who's never had sex and don't want anything to do with depravity and stuff, I'm completely the other end of the scale, do you know what I mean? Because they're swingers. They advertise on the internet, apparently, I think, and he makes a lot of money from it. He has different people over to the house, and they're having constant sex, and they mix around. And he's in a swingers club. He does swingers or something, that's what he told me. And they have constant sex all the time there, him and that Francis, of course, herself, Francis. And they're having constant sex, that's what he told me. And that's all he lives for, is sex all the time, because he's completely depraved. And this type of person, so he was, so basically what happened in Chester, I'm trying to make the video brief because I don't want to make it long. The video, I was in Chester and she didn't help me, she left me, I was crying. These teenagers came up to me and said, are you all right? So I said, I'm just hungry, I haven't eaten, I felt dizzy. And they gave me some coins, and I said, no, it's okay, because they're teenagers. But it gave me about 8 quid in change. I've got some change for you, go and get something to eat. So I went into Mark's and I thought, I'll get a sandwich here and a drink of milk or something. And I'll have it on the bus on the way back, do you know what I mean? So I went in there, and she tipped him off that I was going there. And he was following me around with a camera on his phone, filming me in Marks and Spencer's. So what's that about? All I know is that he told me he used to take videos and pictures of me. And I said, what's it for? And he said it was to help me. And then he let it slip once that he was putting me on the internet, on the dark web, I think. So somebody needs to help me with this, where they're showing men, old men like him, disgusting old men in their 60s. And they were getting a sexual hit out of me. Me! Look at the state of me in an anorak, in a grey anorak, walking around Marks. Why would that give anyone a sexual kick? And then he said he liked to watch, he admitted that he liked to watch me naked or something once, and that made me feel sick. And when he was naked, and I don't understand this, it makes me feel quite sick, but he's a real sick pervert. And then they've got these people out here, and I'm concerned, that's why I'm putting it out here, for somebody to alert the people in the church, because if someone in Chester sees this, that woman is lovely. I only met her once, and I think her name is Keris, I can't remember. Lovely lady. And she's got a little girl, and they're vulnerable people. And I don't want anything happening to her or her child with a sexual predator like this who's known to the police. I don't want her, violated or in any way. And I'm just saying it now. And I've given my side of the story, so it's out there. So all the guilt can finish from me now because I put it out there. So I feel safe. I've done my point. I've stopped anything happening because I put it out there. And the police have told me that if I see him anywhere near me, I'm to dial 999. The Cheshire police are aware of the situation, and I'm to dial 999. But that's all they're doing at the minute. So I've just left it because I said I don't want to be involved with him. So we've left it at that. So I'm quite safe now if I go to Chester and he comes anywhere near me, I'm to dial 999. But it's disgusting. And I mean, these type of people are preying on people vulnerable like me, who have no family, who have no money, promising they're going to help you and take care of you. I mean, I should have added it up. It shows I'm bloody stupid. High IQ. I'm bloody thick, aren't I? Let's face it. Because let's think about it. When I was there, they went on a holiday to Switzerland. And Switzerland's very expensive. Go on the internet and check it out. They were there for 2 months in luxury hotels. I mean, that's the type of money he's got to spend to take you on a holiday to Switzerland, skiing and all that. That's what they were doing. And going to the Alps and having luxury meals and everything. And yet he told me they were going around in a tent, which is a lie. So, I mean, you wouldn't be able to take a tent on a plane, so that's another lie. So, just to stuff me up, you see. But, I mean, Switzerland, to get there, the airfares are a cost. So you think about that. I'm so stupid not adding all this up. And then what he was trying to do was he took videos in the hotel of me and lots of pictures. And then he said he had a man interested in me, some man off the internet or something, wanted to have a meal with me and all this. And that was dodgy. And I said, oh no. But I mean, this is what he was trying to do. So he's pimping people off, you see, and then I could be date raped or something. It's disgusting. Some old sick bastard was interested in me. Ugh, it's disgusting. I mean, look at the state of me to begin with. But I mean, it's not that. I mean, it's just the state, the thing of these depraved people out there. So be careful, anybody. You don't have to be some hot babe to be at threat. Everyone's at threat. They've raped women in the 90s, these sexual predators like him. They're disgusting individuals. They're after children. They're after all sorts of people, innocent people. So just be careful. Now you're aware. So I am going to put the video below. Up, it'll be up on it after this or below. It doesn't matter. About in the hotel, because I only put it on TikTok. I didn't put it on here because I didn't think it was much of a video. So anyway, I won't be talking about him again because I don't want to waste any more time with them. But it shows she didn't care at all. She didn't give me any compassion. She has tons of money. They're living a life of luxury. And also, she told me that he had the cheek to say, get rid of your storage unit. So I get rid of all my stuff, all my possessions that I can never replace again, can never afford to buy anything again. Yet he lives in a place, and she said it's absolutely filthy because he's a hoarder and it's stuck up to the ceiling. He got a big house, but it's full of records and everything and all that. And she said if you touch his stuff, he doesn't like it. You must do what Paul says. That's what she's like. Oh, my God. Well, that's up to her. She had a lovely husband that she left. If she wants to walk out on him and ruin her life with a loser like that, that's up to her. She doesn't care about the people she's hurt, or does she? Oh, no. She's very selfish. I had nothing more to do with her. I was disgusted with her. Because after mixing with people like Donna, I can see the real... I'm awake now, and I can see what a genuine person is, and I won't be manipulated by her. But, Lisa, how are you? And all this fakery. No, I know. And there she is, and she's all in brand new clothes, all very smart and well cared for because she's got tons of money. And yet she just had a meal out. She told me she'd met some friend or something, had a meal out, and she had a bag with her. I think it was jigsaw. She had clothes in there she'd bought. It was, a very comfortable life. And yet me, who she says she cares about and wants to help, she could have got me something to eat or helped me, give me some cash, something. And strangers help you more. I'm telling you, it's the honest truth. Liverpool are kinder. The Scousers are much nicer. Anyway, the thing is, you won't starve with the Scousers. They won't see you die. They'll get you a pasty or something. They will not see you die. Not in Liverpool. And I mean, I've gone to bins now, restaurant bins, because I'm that hungry. And you go to the good ones, not rubbish ones, like Gino's or really good Italian ones at the back. And sometimes the staff come to the bins and ask, what's the matter? Are you okay? And I tell them the situation. I'm always crying because I'm feeling so low. It's easy for me to break down. And then they'll go and get you something to eat and you feel ashamed, but they'll see if there's any leftovers like they're going to bin anyway. So that's really kind of them. And I've survived like that. But you can't do it all the time. You have to I have to go out now, but I'm busy because I've got to try and find food again. I haven't eaten. All I've got are these. Wait a minute, I've got one here. Now, the doctor, you can only get this. This proves I'm malnourished. Ensure. prescribed on prescription only from the doctor. Now, these are given to anorexic people. They're given to people who have got cancer, people who are malnourished, people who are like really frail and elderly who can't eat. That type of person. I'm not, am I? I'm a robust. But because I'm not eating, I'm given those under a different circumstance, so I'm not starving to death. So at least she's had the decency to do that. They haven't done anything else, but at least they've done that. But I mean, this is terrible. So this pervert now, if somebody can watch out, it'll be on the dark web or whatever that is. And he puts things out there for old sick people and sells them. That's how he's making his money, apparently. And he is videoing me. He videoed a lot of me in Chester. And he'll sell it on there and for people to watch me. How sick is that? Do you know what I mean? He even videoed me. He came into the food section when I was getting the sandwich and different things with the £8 working out what I could get to the counter, and he videoed that. That's very weird, isn't it? What do you think to that? Horrible people. They're really bad people. It's disgusting. I mean, that's the type of people they are. It's disgusting. And her poor husband, a decent man like that, he deserves better anyway. He needs to move on too. But I mean, it shows she deserves him. You get what you give them, don't you? I mean, they met a match then. If that's the type of person she is, she couldn't help me at all. But strangers, teenagers felt so sorry for me that they dropped some money for me. I mean, that shows how decent human beings are. There are a lot of decent human beings out there. But people like her, who are meant to know you, meant to be your friend, care for you, Lisa. We love you, Lisa. We want to look after you, Lisa. That's creepy and that's blatant lies. But anyway, I thought I'd come on just to clear the fact, because I need to put it on here, because I was concerned about the things he was saying about the vicar's wife, and that he was sexually attracted to her, and and all this disgusting comments, and that, you know what I mean, that he would love to have sex with her and all that. He said that ages ago, but I was just thinking about that, and I'm sure he still goes to that church. But he's slagging him off behind his back, so I mean, shocking how he doesn't like him and everything, running him down and all this. And yet he told me when they were in Switzerland to ring him that he'd said that I was to stay with him and that the vicar said they wanted me. So when the vicar said he was having family time and he was busy, I thought he was very rude. But it turns out this poor man didn't have a clue about me or anything because he hadn't told him. So what a fool he made out of me, ringing them, pestering them, some stranger pestering them, when he hadn't been told any of this, because he just lied again. Because most of what comes out of Paul's mouth is a lie. That's not even his real name, I bet you it's not. Well, her name isn't Frances, she's going by that now. Her real name is Patricia, so why she would say that, I don't know. And that's what they said in the bank anyway, but they don't bother with her now anyway. But they said, look after yourself. That's who you need to look after. That's what they told me there. Don't think about her. Just look after yourself. They're not friendly with her. They didn't know anything about it. They didn't want to know. They said it was none of their business. They just said, you look after yourself, which is wise words. But being the person I am, like Donna, we actually care about other people. And like Donna, who's got no money, will feed a homeless man rather than herself, because that's the type of person she is. You know, like if I'm starving and stuff, when the money's come in, she'll take me, get me a pasty, get me a pile of crisps and stuff to fill me up with. But I don't like taking off her. I won't take anything off her now, because she's in a hell of a mess. She's got no gas again, and her electricity's about to be cut off, and she can't get it put back on again. And this is how she's living as well. She's in a hell of a mess. She's in Liverpool, Walton, and I am in Bromborough Wirral at the moment, in this very nice man's flat. And so I'm in a safe location where he doesn't know where I am, because Bromborough's very big and there's loads and loads of flats. Because she wanted to know where I was and my address. She tried to get that out of me. And also he pretended to be a security man because they traced the call. This person did it for me for protection. I'm under the data protection thing now, the protection, and traced it, and it was his phone. And he'd said that I thought it sounded like his voice afterwards. And I said, I don't know a security man in Ellesmere Port. This was last summer. And said, was I living in Ellesmere Port? So I said, no, I was in Birkenhead. I was living in this supported living complex in Birkenhead. And then he said to me, And then they'd be in contact again and help me and all this. And I thought it was weird, but it was his voice. And afterwards, I think, yes, it was. Traced it back to his call. So, I mean, they can do that now because I'm under the protection thing. But, I mean, that's terrible, isn't it? If you think about that. Because I'm on high priority because I'm vulnerable. So I'm protected now. So if I go missing or anything, he'll be the first one that they'll go to. So, the police are aware. They are aware of the situation, which is good. I don't think the police are here on the Wirral, but they are in Cheshire anyway. And that's where he hangs out anyway, but you never find me here. No. So, we should be okay. But besides the point is, I'm not okay because I need money and I need food, and it's not easy. I'm struggling to survive every day, and it's not easy. I've gone past suicide now because I've done that, been there, it's not worked. And you just have to survive every day. That's all you can do. It's just take one day at a time. That's all you can do. Because, I mean, terrible things are happening everywhere. Like this earthquake on the TV, all those poor people lost their homes. And, well, they're dead, aren't they? Thousands have died. So you don't know. You could be dead the next day. So you don't have to worry. You just have to survive day after day. And I'm in somewhere. I'm not on the streets. I'm in a warm place where I can sleep on a comfy bed. And I'm here at the moment, so I'm here, so it's okay. But the thing is, I don't have food and I don't have any money. So it's very difficult getting enough money, enough food to eat and surviving it, you know what I mean? But that's all my problem is at the minute.